Marissa Howell has a question on YouTube. She said, I applied for my 10-year green card in my maiden name. I received the I-797 letter to use with my green card that's in my married name after it expires. Can I travel with my passport with my married name? Yes, you can travel with your passport with your married name. Just make sure you bring your marriage certificate and your birth certificate to show that, you know, your birth name and that you changed to your married name, and that will explain everything. Coyote Data wants to know, hi, is USCIS still processing work authorization if the previous one got expired? The answer is absolutely. Not only are they doing it, but they are also if you are renewing your work permit, they are not asking for any extension. And by the way, I just need to give a quick thing to my crew who is producing all of this from their own homes. We're doing this all remotely, everybody, which is kind of cool. We're all remotely producing this. If you can put in the Zoom conference my video so I can see myself, that would be great. Thank you very much. 29 Super C has a question. I understand that the president administration is going to suspend H-1B visas for 2021. Will they also suspend all approved I-140 petitions for a green card interview? I did not hear anything about that. Maybe there was some news report somewhere that said there was a discussion about it. I never saw any discussion about it. I've never seen that happen. And I would find it hard to believe that they would suspend the H-1B visa applications for 2021 because Congress made that law that there should be an H-1B visa. So I'd like to see 29 Super C where you saw that. I'd like to read that article and learn a little bit more, but I've never heard or seen anything that they're going to suspend H-1Bs. Zohab Sunny on YouTube wants to know, hi, my visa, after my interview in the U.S. Embassy in Pakistan, the U.S. consulate put on administrative processing from 4 months. I want to know that the embassy is still working on our visa process, or we need to wait. At this moment, they're not working on anything. Until the travel restrictions on coronavirus are lifted, you're not going to hear from the embassy. Only at that point will you hear. So unfortunately, you got to wait till when only God knows when this coronavirus thing will be over and you know will be reopened again. So hopefully in a few months. Abdelmonium Fami wants to know, if you're an undocumented immigrant, can apply for a green card after a certain amount of years, so why asylum case waiting for years can't do the same? I don't even understand your question. An undocumented immigrant can apply for a green card if they qualify in certain categories. There's no such thing as I'm an undocumented immigrant and I'm here and now I get a green card. There's no such thing as that. As far as asylum, you have to wait to get approved for asylum, and then after 1 year, you can apply for your green card. Is it unfair, the asylum waiting times? Absolutely, it's unfair. But that, unfortunately, is the situation we find ourselves in. They're doing it on a first in, last out basis, meaning that people who filed years ago are waiting longer than people who just started. And it's all about the Trump administration trying to limit the number of people who actually apply for asylum. Saeed Hamdani on YouTube wants to know, since it's hard to get hold of previous employers' HR in these days while filing the N-400 form, the previous employers and address dates are by 2 months. Can that cause a problem in naturalization? You can just put down approximations, and at the time of your interview, if you get more specific information, you can bring those specific dates in and fix it at the interview. I would just file it with and put down approximate at the present time. Let's see what else. Nunir Baptiste on YouTube also wants to know, you said to withdraw the asylum claim if you're married to a U.S. citizen, but some people does that fall out of status and get put in deportation. Not if you filed an adjustment application, it shouldn't. Rose Red with a pre-comment of the day on YouTube saying, you are an angel in our life. Immigrants are taken for granted. Thank you very much, Rose Red. I appreciate it. Tanisha Love has a question on YouTube. Hi, Brad. I submitted my paperwork for the I-751, but they returned all the paperwork to me with a rejection notice. What do I do now? Fix the problem and refile it, or if you're not sure how to refile it or what you should be doing, then call my office and schedule an appointment with me immediately. And that telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. My office is open. We're open every day. We are working remotely. We can help as many people as want to call my office. I did 18 consultations. I spoke to people today on the phone from all over the United States, even spoke to a guy in Antigua. I spoke to 2 people in Florida. I spoke to a couple of people in California. So I'm speaking to people all over the country, and we're helping people. Cruce de la Torre has a question on YouTube as well. And by the way, we're going to get to all of our Facebook questions in a few minutes. Cruce de la Torre wants to know, hi, Brad, my cousin from Chicago. I am from California. Is it okay to use her as my joint sponsor? She has 100,000 income W-2 for the past 3 tax returns, no dependents. Yes, absolutely. There's nothing. You can use any American citizen or resident. Cousin is a great person. Cousin is a great person to try. Let's go to see who we got on YouTube. On YouTube, on Facebook, excuse me. I have my Facebook questions. They're coming in on my phone now. Pizza's sending them to me because that way, if you remember last week on Facebook, we were losing the question. So hopefully this time we will not be losing it. By the way, Dr. Yo-Yo and Vanessa, I've been in touch with them. They are doing very, very well. They can't wait to get back in the studio with us, and hopefully that will be soon. Now, Evans Michelle has a question on Facebook, and her question is, squat up, Uncle Brad. Can you explain part 2, number 61 of the form I-45, please? It says, are you exempt from the public charge ground of inadmissibility? That is, do you have to prove that you're not going to become a public charge? It depends what your application is. If you're basing it on marriage, for example, you are not exempt from the public charge ground of inadmissibility. You have to prove that you won't become a public charge. If you're filing, for example, based on an approved asylum application, as a perfect example, you do not need to prove that you will become a public charge. There's no public charge requirements to file for your green card for asylum. So it depends. It depends what the application is. Let's go to Godwin David has a question. Hi, how long does it take for a person who came into the United States with a K-1 visa to get work authorization? Well, the reality is that you're work authorized the minute you come in on a K-1 visa, but you're only work authorized for 90 days. And by the time you apply for that work authorization, your 90 days is gone. So in essence, what you really need to do is, if you really want to get your work authorization to go for your, to work legally, as soon as you come on the K-1, go get married, file your adjustment, and you'll get your work authorization shortly thereafter. It's the fastest way to do it. I hope people are doing their watch parties, and I hope people are giving me thumbs up on YouTube. I'm going to check later on these watch parties, so I hope you guys are doing it. Please let your friends know that we are here and we're answering all of your immigration questions. And now's a great time to ask it. Leave it in the comments either on Facebook or on YouTube. And of course, you can always call my office, 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465 to schedule a consultation with me. I had to take a breath. I feel like I've been talking without even taking a breath for 22 minutes. That's what happens when you do the show yourself. I got no yo-yo and no Nesquik with me. Jason Paul has a question. My wife 221G got reaffirmed and a new I-130 approved for the same date. Which one should I continue with? Continue with the new one, not the one reaffirm. Oh, so you 221, basically she got denied and then it got reinstated. Go with the reinstated I-130. That would seems to me would be faster. Ronaldo Roberts. Hi, is USCIS courts going to be open in New York April 23rd or April 28th? Not to my knowledge, unless you are a detained immigrant. If you're detained, the answer is yes. If you're not detained, they're going to reschedule. Boss Lady Aiken on Facebook wants to know, when calculating the CSPA age for immigration, you subtract the priority date to the USCIS approval date, or the calculation is from the USCIS approval date to the date a visa becomes available at the National Visa Center. Okay, this is the way I calculate it. and seems to work for me. Everyone has their own calculations, but this is the way I do it. You get to add the I-130. And so I don't like to subtract. I always like to add, even though the law says subtract, but you get to the same number by doing it this way. To me, the math is easier. You add the time it takes for the I-130 to get approved. So if it took 1 year for the I-130 to get approved, you add that to the child's 21st birthday. So now let's say the child's from 21, it's now 22. Is there a visa available? And did you pay the fees at the National Visa Center by that age, 22? That's how you work. Add the I-130 to the 21st birthday. Did you pay the fees at the National Visa Center? And was the priority date current before the 21st birthday plus the time it took for the I-130 to get approved happened? That's what it is. Donnie Shah, question. When filing the N-400, that's your naturalization, an applicant doesn't remember exact dates of previous 5 years of addresses lived and previous jobs, fills in the dates a few months off. Can that cause a problem? Just say approximate on the application. I think I answered that on Facebook, on YouTube as well. Just put an approximate, and if you can figure it out by the time of your interview, that would be great. So if you're not sure if it's an exact date, you put approximate, and that kind of covers you. Let's go to Zohaib Sunny. Hi, my visa after the interview in the U.S. Embassy in Pakistan, the U.S. consulate put on administrative processing for 4 months. I want to know if the embassy is still working on our visa process. I answered that one as well, and the answer is they're not going to be doing anything until the coronavirus thing is over, because nobody can come and nobody could leave. Toya Wells wants to know, Uncle Brad, can I file the I-130 for my 19-year-old daughter living in Jamaica? I'm a conditional resident, not yet working. Absolutely, a conditional resident can file for their unmarried children, or even their, well, they can't file for their married children, but can file for their unmarried children. You don't have to get your permanent green card. But if you got a conditional resident, it's faster for your spouse to file, because I assume the marriage happened before your child's 18th birthday. But if he doesn't want to file or she doesn't want to file, then absolutely you can do it yourself. Salman Muhammad. The Stokes interview was completed, then moved to another state afterwards. The files have been transferred to my new state. Will I be scheduled for a third interview in the new jurisdiction? Most likely you will be. Top fan Danny Shah. While filing the N-400, if the previous 5 years address and job dates are not exact, if I've answered that question 5 times already. I think we have that answer down pat. Patricia Spencer. Can I file for my mom? She's 71 years old and lives in the United States of America. If you are a U.S. citizen and she made a legal entry into the United States, you can file an adjustment for your mom if you are over 21 years old. Ginseli Marte Fontanillas wants to know, how long for a 601 waiver to get approved? Well, there's a 601 waiver, and that's for misrepresentation. That's for some criminal records. It depends on whether you did it at an adjustment. If you did it visa processing, there's also a 601A, which is the provisional waiver. Those are 3 different processes. A 601 waiver and an adjustment could take 6 months, 4 months sometimes, maybe longer. A 601A provisional waiver takes over a year. A 601 waiver at the U.S. Embassy certainly takes over a year, unfortunately. Let's go to, I answered that one. Lynn Shoemaker Sweezy. Is there any circumstance where a married immigrant doesn't have to adjust status? If that immigrant's already a green card, you don't have to adjust status. If you're asking, can they live here on a temporary visa? Yeah, can you live here illegally if you wanted to, but you're subject to deportation? Nobody's going to force you to file an adjustment application. Demois Romed has a question. Can a person get a driver's license with an I-797C and without a social security number in the state of New York? Absolutely, you can. David Robinson, hi Brad, can I file for citizenship if I owe taxes? You can, but you better show up on your citizenship interview with either the taxes paid in full or that you're on a payment plan that you are complying with. And David Robinson with the same question twice. Jolly Wilder, hi Brad, my I-130 was approved in March, but I filed for adjustment of status, and my case status is case ready to schedule for interview soon. Can I expect my interview amidst this pandemic? You can't expect an interview amidst the pandemic, but certainly once immigration reopens, hopefully you'll get it soon. Janko Bildnut has a question. It requested an expedite for an I-765 on March 27th. They sent a mail to request the documents for proof of expedite. I've not heard anything back from them. How long does it take to expedite? It's very rare they expedite, so I doubt that'll happen. I think you're going to end up just waiting online. But if you do get it expedited, let me know. Beast Epps, hi Brad. I was sent a letter requesting for another joint sponsor because my husband couldn't reach the poverty guideline. Could my mother-in-law be used as a joint sponsor for me if she makes above the income requirements? Absolutely. Why not? Any American citizen or resident can do it. Asthma Addict has a question. Hi, Brad. I got a notice via USCIS saying that my duplicate notice was mailed from April 3rd, 2020. I still haven't received anything in the mail. You got to speak to your postman. Hopefully it'll come soon. Joanne Morea, can you be denied a green card through a parent who's a U.S. citizen? If the I-45 is declined, what steps are advisable? Yeah, you can be, there's lots of reasons to be denied. I don't know what the next steps are because I don't know, it depends what the reason for the denial is. Let me know the reason, I'll tell you what the next step is. Joseph Metu, hi Brad, thanks for the show. After my adjustment of status interview was attended and done, I got an interview cancellation after 60 days. The case status says interview canceled and notice ordered. That means that they are going to reschedule it, hopefully. That's what I would believe. Let's see what's happening back on Facebook. Naked Wire has a question. Naked Wire wants to know, hi, Brad, God bless you. On my citizenship, I was asked about my spouse's legal status. She came in with a P1 non-immigrant visa, but she's now out of status. Do I need to just indicate the type of visa she came into the state, or she's out of status? Tell the truth. No one's going to come and deport her. You're going to be a citizen, and she's going to adjust her status anyway. Orlando Broderick has a question. Hi, Uncle Brad. If your spouse has public benefits, can they file for you? Yes, but you're most likely going to be denied if it's public benefits based on need-based public benefits. So you gotta tell me what it is. On Facebook, my husband is currently receiving workman's compensation from an injury. This is Rose Hines on the job. If he's unable to return to work and he receives Social Security disability, would that hinder me and my child from receiving a change of status? Well, Social Security disability is not need-based government assistance. Depends on the amount of money. You may not make enough to support you above 125% above the poverty level, and then at that point, you would need to get a second affidavit of support. Nikki Love, a friend of mine was arrested and the case was dismissed. Would that affect her citizenship application? Every arrest affects a citizenship application. You got to be able to prove good moral character. Jonathan Elias saying hello. He's in the comments. How are you, Yo-Yo? Dr. Yo-Yo. Tamika Nelson is answering the question for me. Thank you, Tamika. Orlando Broderick. Serrano Bernard. Hi, Brad. To file for my daughter under 21 overseas, all I need to do is complete the I-130. That's the first start. It's not all you need to do, but it would be the first step of many, many steps that you have to do. Martin Allison. Hello, Uncle Brad. If you came up on a marriage-based green card, can you say what the next step the person is to get her documents? Well, you should have just paid that fee to get your green card mailed to you. As long as you paid that fee and went online, you're done. Linda Shaw, I got an email from the National Visa Center on the 8th of April, 2020, saying that they are waiting for an appointment from the embassy for my interview. How long would it take? Only God knows that, because right now the embassy is closed. So when this coronavirus will be over, that's when we'll know. Monsi Guevara question, what are your thoughts on remarrying while I-751 based on divorce is pending? It depends on how long you and your wife were separated, how much evidence you have of a bona fide marriage. So I'm not against it. I'm not for it. I think it's on a case-by-case basis. I would need to speak with you. Anne-Marie Hall, my husband files for my daughter before she returned 18. I'm waiting for an interview in Jamaica filed in 2015. My husband filed for my daughter before she turned 18, waiting for an interview in Jamaica. So if your husband filed a visa petition for your daughter before she turned 18, and this application was done in 2015, you need to call me. Something is wrong if she's waiting 4 or 5 years. Onati Oganan, when do we submit the affidavit of support at the time of filing or we take the interview? Are you talking about an adjustment application at the time of filing? Kezi Biggie, can you still send your paperwork to the immigration on that pandemic? The answer is yes. Soliman Dream, if I got cancellation removal and I'm married to a green card holder and I go baby coming, how long will he take to have a green card? If I got cancellation removal and I'm married to a green card holder and I got a baby coming, how long will he take to get a green card? So basically you got cancellation removal and you are now a green card holder and now you have a baby with a man and you would like to file for him. That was one of those Facebook to English translations. Take about 2 years, but he's not going to get up for the birth. He's not going to get here for the birth, unfortunately. Katie and Plunkett, what about the 30-day notice of change towards the I-864 affidavit of support? Will that affect those forms that are already at the USCIS? 30-day notice of change. Well, there is a notice for RFEs, request for further evidences, and notice of intent to deny. If they're issued between March 1st and April 30th, you get an extra 60 days no matter what they're asking for. I think that's your question. Stargirl Mika, Brad, if I send an I-45 filing fee payment in the form of a check, how soon will they deposit the payment? Usually it's about 2 weeks, but who knows now with coronavirus. Christina Bruce, I'm a childhood arrival and I applied for the deferred action, but was denied because my lawyer said I wasn't able to prove that I was here the entire time. I'm now married to a U.S. citizen. What process do you think I need to start my paperwork for adjustment of status? It depends on how you came to the United States. If you came on a legal entry, you're going to file an adjustment. If you're 245I, you're going to file for an adjustment. Otherwise, you may have to do a provisional waiver. So I think you're going to need to speak to me to figure out which process you're going to do. And you could certainly have a consultation with me. And that telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. George Abrahams, do I still get a stimulus check if I have my work permit and waiting on my green card interview? It's a good question. We're going to find out in a few days, George, because they mailed them out. My belief is they will never be able to tell the difference between an American, a permanent resident, and someone on a work permit. So as long as you filed a tax return and gave us valid social security number, my presumption is that you're going to get a stimulus check, but let's see. We'll soon find out. Abigail Turner, for a family of 5, if the U.S. citizen earns $45,000 annually, which is less than the income requirement, and after the EAD comes out for the spouse and the spouse gets a job, together they earn $90,000 annually. Will that be okay, or will we still need an affidavit of support? For a family of 5, the U.S. citizen earns 45, and the EAD comes for the spouse. They will still need an affidavit of support because you can't add the spouse, I assume, is the one getting the green card. So you can't add this person who's getting the green card's income to the petitioner. So if the petitioner earns only $45,000 for a family of 5, you're going to need a second affidavit of support. You could be married to Donald Trump, who makes $1 billion. If you only make $45,000, and God forbid you were married to this man, but if you were, you would still need a second affidavit of support. Faye Lannis wants to know, I want to use my cousin as my joint sponsor. She is going to retire by 2021 because she will be 67, but her tax returns for 3 years until 2019 is 100,000 plus. As long as they don't know she's retiring and she has a job letter that says she's going to be working indefinitely, seems okay to me. Edradian Agrino says, hi, Brad, my I-130 is approved last March. F2B category priority date is 2015. How long will I wait from the Philippines? Maybe another year or two. I don't know what this whole coronavirus, so we'll see. Naked Wire, hi, Brad, I make $35,000. My spouse has 3 kids in Ghana. How many affidavits of support do we need? You only need 1, and a good one. Omar Shippey, my is accepted from his filing, then was told it was put on hold. My is accepted from his filing, then was told it was put on hold. So you filed an application and now it's on hold. Yeah, because of coronavirus. Suween Acevedo, Uncle Brad, you are a godsend. You get on Facebook and YouTube every day to answer immigrant questions. You are not like some attorney who collects your money and you can't even get them to speak to you after they collected your money. They turn their phone off. You keep up the good work. God bless you. Thank you very much. Linda Shaw, my mom filed for me. My kids were added. It was done on the 20th of April, 2012. I got approved. My son and my daughter get on the paper, do everything now. When the NVC send me an email, only my son on it. My daughter is canceled. What do I do? Pay her visa fee. If your daughter is still under 21, she should be on it. You should contact the National Visa Center. If you want me to take a look at your paperwork, I'm happy to do it. Crystal Myers, what documents do I need to have when preparing for adjustment of status when the application was through VAWA? You need to prove that you're a person of good moral character. You need to prove it was a bona fide marriage. You need to prove it was you were abused. And then if you already have the VAWA application approved and you're going to do your adjustment, you need just file the I-45 in your birth certificate and medical report. Abigail Turner, what should be the minimum annual income to the person we are using for the affidavit support? Depends on how many people they have to support and how many people they need to support in your family. Telma Echecki wants to know what is the telephone number to call. It's 1-800, thank you very much, Tamika, 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. And Star Girl Mika says, yes, I tried to get Brad, but honestly, I got Jenny because I didn't know I had to request Brad, but now I'm perfectly fine with Jenny. Kim, oh my God, she's great. Yeah, Jenny's awesome. She is one of the partners at Spar Bernstein. So thank you, Star Girl, for letting people know it's not just me. Ahmed Moran, hi Brad, do an I-130 requires an interview separately from an I-485 in the F2A category? No, you should get it all together. Janko, and this is on YouTube now, Janko Blignot requested to expedite. Oh, we talked about that one already. Joseph Metu on YouTube. Hi, Brad. Thanks for your show. After my adjustment of status interview was attended and done, I got an interview cancellation after 60 days. It means you just, and notice ordered. You would have to show me what that is. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Sergey Akua, hi, Bra. Now, Bra. Hi, Bra. I have applied for my green card since the 2 of December. When should I expect my work permit? If you took a fingerprint, hopefully within 6 months from December 2nd, and you did it properly. Justin Brown wants to know, hey, Brad, can my wife travel to the United States while her I-130 is pending? Well, when you have an I-130, you're showing an immigrant intent. And when you come on a tourist visa, you're showing a non-immigrant intent. So they always have the right to stop her at the airport. I would have a consultation before she does anything like that. Samedi Hamdani, can you waive the N400 fees if possible? Yes, if you're below the poverty guidelines, you can absolutely try to waive it. But in this day and age, I wouldn't try it because those are reasons to get you deported sometimes with, these new poverty guideline things. Rashi Lewis, squat up, Uncle Brad, stay safe. Kanisha Arnold, hi, Brad. When my friend enters in the country, her passport has a stamp, no extension of status, no adjustment of status, but she's still admitted in the country for 2 weeks. She's now applying for VAWA. What does she need to do? Well, hopefully she doesn't apply within the first 2 weeks she came here, because then she's made a misrepresentation because she came here to visit and now she's applying as an abused spouse. So she should definitely call my office. And Monica Stone says she only watches YouTube. She does not watch YouTube. She only watches Facebook. Janelle Marte Fontanillas, my friends filed for I-601 waiver almost 8 months after I-45 interview. That takes a long time, these 601s, but certainly 8 months is a very long time. And Monsi Guevara says she likes the show better this way. It makes it much more personal. Thanks for your help. Thank you very much. Karen McCarthy, how do you know when the USCIS cashes your check? When the bank tells you. You got to look at your bank. Joanne Morea, my I-44 was denied because of an affidavit support. Then file it again and do a better affidavit support. All right, guys, that's going to kind of end it for today. I will be back tomorrow to answer more immigration questions. I do have to tell everybody that my office is open. So if you need to call me to have a consultation, my telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LawLink. 29 Super C, just send it to info@lawsb.com and ask them to forward it to me. Or 29 Super C, you can give me the link in my Instagram at Real Brad Bernstein, or you can give the link on our Instagram at Bradshaw Live. Oh, and by the way, if you want to, I forgot to announce this, if you wanted to have get a free consultation, all you have to do is follow us at Bradshaw Live, and there is on Instagram, and there is a post about getting a free consultation with me, and you have to enter in the contest to get that free consultation with me. The contest is over on Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, so please go on Instagram at Bradshaw Live if you want to try to get a free consultation. All you got to do is follow at Bradshaw Live on Instagram, like the post with the free consultation, and add 5 of your friends, or tag 5 of your friends on that post. Katie and Plunkett with a last-second question. I heard they're saying that persons who stand as affidavit support will have to give them access to their bank account, and the I-864 forms will have to be notarized. And if you want, you can give them your credit as well. Not necessarily. And Lisa Bling Rose saying goodbye. Marcel Reed saying goodbye. So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody right now. Again, my telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. I do have to remind everybody that prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome. This has been an attorney advertisement, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.